Welcome back, everyone, to another report. I'm calling these prophecy fulfillment flash reports, and I'm posting them to my channel, The Final Exodus. And I'm excited to do these for you because they are concise and they will be a way for you to get the fulfillments that we're seeing in our day, the prophecy that is being fulfilled in our day. And I pray that you will receive these, but more than that, this gift is not just meant for you. I pray that I will teach through you, not just to you. So don't be a Dead Sea. Pass this on to your friends and family that you believe need to know these things as well. So blessings to you, and I pray that this blesses others as well. I'm entitling this Man of Peace, Man of Power. And for more information on this, you can go down below in the links below that I'll leave links to develop more on these subjects. So before I get to what actually took place, I want to give you the background and the verses for it real quickly. So I'll show you a video in just a moment. So I've been watching prophecy fulfillment, but I wasn't always watching prophecy fulfillment. For the longest time, I was just reading the scriptures and learning prophecy. And it came to my awareness years ago that Daniel 9:24 was a significant verse, and Daniel 9:25 was a significant verse. So I did a whole playlist on this, and you can check in the links below. But these are significant because these predict, or not predict, but prophesize that Israel will someday come back from the four corners of the earth and be a nation on the earth. And it has come to all of our awareness that that has actually happened in 1947. On November 29th of 1947, this verse, Daniel 9:25, was fulfilled, where Gabriel, the angel, told Daniel, "You are to know and discern that from the issuing of a decree to restore and rebuild Jerusalem," and that actually took place right here, that already took place, the issuing of a decree to restore and rebuild Jerusalem. And then it tells us some time frames between that issuing of a decree until Messiah the Prince. And this time frame is 69, so I knew that 69 Shavuots, that's what this means, after the issuing of the decree, the Messiah the Prince would appear on the scene, and that happened. So I'm updating all of you on what has happened in these flash reports. And we are in the 70th Shavuot. And more is coming. And I'm going to show you what's unfolding with Israel. These prophecies are beginning to unfold. The finishing of the transgression and making end of sin. I'll show you how they're unfolding before our very eyes in our time. This is so exciting. I can hardly stand it. So another verse that I've been watching be fulfilled is this one. This is Daniel 9 or Daniel 8:25. And it says this: "Through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many." And by peace he shall destroy many. So that was a verse I've been paying attention to, and I've also been paying attention to the one right before it, 8:24. "And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power." When I first read that years ago, it didn't sound right to me, that his power would be mighty, but not by his own power. What does that mean? I didn't know. The answer is actually very simple, looking back. The man of peace, the man of power, has been given these things. He didn't accomplish them, they were given to him. Let that sink into you. That's a very important piece. And the scriptures actually tell us this is the case. Not by his own power, It is given to him. So what actually happened to fulfill this verse and the others? What has been happening to fulfill, by peace he shall destroy many? And there's an unfolding going on, like a peeling back of an onion. So it's not just a automatic event. I think that's where everybody gets lost. They're looking for an event, and it's an unfolding. So I want to show you a video. I'm going to turn on my speaker here so I can get the sound up for you. And I'm going to show you a video of the award that he received on October 9th, 2009. And I was watching when this actually took place. I just couldn't believe it. And it's kind of interesting because he couldn't believe it either. He couldn't even believe it. Listen to what he says.
I am both surprised and deeply humbled by the decision of the Nobel Committee. Both surprised and deeply humbled by the decision of the Nobel Committee. Let me be clear, I do not view it as a recognition of my own accomplishments, but rather as an affirmation of American leadership on behalf of aspirations held by people in all nations.
Wait a second, what did he just say? The Nobel Prize is an affirmation based on what? Aspirations by people in various nations, in all nations. Do you understand what that's saying? Let's go back and just listen to that again.
But rather as an affirmation of American leadership on behalf of aspirations held by people in all nations.
So the Nobel Prize was given to him on the basis of aspirations? What does that mean? Let's keep listening together.
To be honest, I do not feel that I deserve to be in the company of so many of the transformative figures who've been honored by this prize. Men and women who've inspired me and inspired the entire world through their courageous pursuit of peace. But I also know that this prize reflects the kind of world that those men and women and all Americans want to build.
Wait, what? It reflects the world that these people want to build. So there's an aspiration.
But I also know that this prize reflects the kind of world that those men and women and all Americans want to build.
Yep.
A world that gives life to the promise of our founding documents. And I know that throughout history, the Nobel Peace Prize has not just been used to honor specific achievement, it's also been used as a means to give momentum to a set of causes.
Wait, what did he say? Again. It's used to give momentum to a set of causes?
So that throughout history, the Nobel Peace Prize has not just been used to honor specific achievement, it's also been used as a means to give momentum to a set of causes.
It's used to give momentum to a set of causes. Do you understand what he's saying here? The Nobel Prize was not given because he earned it. It's given because of aspirations. How does that not fulfill our verses? Beautifully, doesn't it? But it gets more than this. Something really strange. After God got a hold of me regarding this fulfillment, and I'm still in the situation where I'm saying, is this really happening? Is this the real thing? Because I'm not sure. So I'm studying this, and I was led to do something very strange. I actually counted off 1,260 days from October 9th, 2009, and I thought, what does that bring me to? You say, why did you count those days? Because the scriptures talk about those days, 1,260 days. That actually wasn't the fulfillment back then, but it did bring me to a place that I had my eyes open for, and God used it in my life. And it is the date. If you've been watching my videos, it came to 322. Are you kidding me? March 22nd, 2013. March 22nd. So I had my eyes on March 22nd, 2013, and the years were passing as we narrowed in on that date. Lo and behold, I learned at that time that this man was flying to Israel on in March and would be there over 322. Do you think I was just about ready to fall out of my seat? I was paying attention, if you know what I've been talking about in these videos. So here we go all the way up here now to March 20th, which is 2 days before 322, and a lot happened in that trip that I can't go into, but I'm going to give you this short little clip. What did he say here on the tarmac? What did you say, Mr. Obama? Listen carefully now.
We stand together because peace must come to the Holy Land. We stand together because peace must come to the Holy Land. We stand together because peace must come to the Holy Land. For even as we are clear-eyed about the difficulties, we will never lose sight of the vision of an Israel at peace with its neighbors.
The vision of Israel at peace with its neighbors. Not such a bad goal, I don't think. I mean, what's wrong with that? Well, nothing's wrong with that. But when it's couched into the true goal, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, just hang in there. I'll show you these days. I will show you. But the true goal of this globalism peace is a one world government led by one man. That's what peace is in their mind. You say, well, what's really wrong with that? Oh, there's so much scripture I could go into, but I'm just going to stay on task here. I'm staying on task for you guys just to keep it short. So he's been given this peace award, and I found that very fascinating, the award of peace. So there's this event that took place in March. I mean, I always say this, in May of 2017, where Mr. Obama tells an adoring crowd in Berlin, we can't hide behind a wall. And what was the goal of that message? Globalism. Of all places, he's dealing with German nationalism, which is a very severe form of nationalism that led to the rise of Hitler. And these people probably forsake their past. I mean, they're probably embarrassed by it. I don't know. But he's saying we can't hide behind a wall. So he's tearing down the walls globally. And this is a very common globalism concept where peace comes by the unification of all countries. So the former US president gets a hero's welcome as he reunites with Angela Merkel and urges the crowd to fight those who divide us. So we have a early in 2017 effort of moving towards a global world. And something really interesting here that I want to share with you before we sign off is a little snippet from the video where he met with Angela Merkel in Berlin. And they're sitting in the Brandenburg, they're going to sit in the Brandenburg Gate, which I'm sharing with you in other videos what that really meant. And this might have missed your notice, so I want you to see this. Check this out.
Berlin's my time.
So she's trying to tell him something, and he's not acknowledging her. She's saying to him, when we sit at the Brandenburg Gate, we're going to be looking right up at the victory column, the victory tower. She's pointing that out to him. And he wants to say, Angela, the cameras are rolling for everybody to see. You need to be quiet. I know where we're going to be sitting. I know what we're going to be looking at. And it means a lot to us. But let's keep that a little bit low profile. So he says something very uncomfortable for him. He doesn't know really what to say. She's pointing out the victory tower right here, and he doesn't know really what to say, and he's not even going to turn around and look at it. So watch this.
The victory, the column, looking to this.
Berlin's my town.
Please give a very
Berlin's his town. He's been everywhere. So a little uncomfortable there as the power that he has is being given to him. And I just want to say in closing here, there's been a whole lot more going on. Check this out. Since Mr. Obama has finished his 2 terms in office for the U.S. presidency, he's been in 2017 to New York, to Chicago, Boston, Italy, Germany, Scotland, Montreal, Indonesia, and South Korea. Have you been aware of what he's been saying? Have you been aware of these trips? Do you know what's going on? Keep your eyes open. I'll share more with you in the future. I'll talk to you soon.